Jennifer Fitzgerald from College Planning Strategies. I am so glad you decided to move forward and get the planning and scholarship package. I promise it will be one of the most rewarding purchases you have ever made. It will save you and your student tons of money in college debt, and isn't that awesome? Isn't it a great feeling to know that that purchase will save you money? Oh my goodness. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you kind of a bold promise. By the end of this video, I promise to show you how to get the guaranteed lowest EFC, your expected family contribution from your FAFSA, without actually being poor. So by the end of this video, you're going to know how to do that. So if you stay to the end of the video, I'm also going to do something amazing, right? So stay tuned. Turn off your cell phones or the TV or anything that could distract you right now, because what I'm going to share with you will literally save you and your child thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in college debt. I'm Jennifer Fitzgerald. I don't like to brag about myself, and I can't actually talk specific details due to the confidentiality regulations of my license, but I have helped 147 families so far in just the last 2 years save and protect over $8 million. In fact, I'm the #1 producer for personal private pension plans in the entire southeast region of the United States in my company, and there are over 60,000 agents who work with me, many of whom have been here doing this much longer than me. I have agents outside of my company recognizing me for the pace with which I have come into this industry and helped more people than others. And now, my team and I are focused on parents and lowering the cost of college to the ridiculous low, if not free. And I'm going to show you some examples of that in a few minutes, so you don't have to just take my word for it. I just wanted you to know a little bit more about who you were dealing with. So I want you to imagine your child on graduation day from college, how proud you're going to be, right? First, because they're graduating, of course, but in the back of your mind, knowing that your child will have an unusual advantage over others because they're not going to have a huge debt weighing them down as they go out into the real world. Knowing that your kid might not have to call you for money when they come up short for their bills because you actually help them prevent from having one of the biggest bills that we deal with as an adult, which is college tuition. I will walk you through this and recommend certain products and services, although without a consultation with me or another financial college planner with my specific knowledge to determine your specific needs, certain results cannot be guaranteed without a professional consultant. I just had to get that out there, okay? Let's talk about how to get the lowest EFC without actually being poor. Secret number 1, I have the correct plan for each student and in place early enough that I actually get better results. Most families are coming to a college planner in their senior year of high school, and they might have sat with a counselor who may or more likely not have had adequate time to spend with them, helping them find correct colleges, getting them started in social activities that the colleges look for. But at that late stage of their process, the financial piece, my piece specifically, guaranteeing a lower cost, it's really difficult to help them. They might have already applied for their FAFSA, not even knowing they probably had mistakes on it. And the big part is they missed by a year, their base year, because they didn't even know when it was, right? I can help lower the EFC properly if I have enough time. Are you getting this? This is one of the most important pieces. Secret number 2, I don't have to report everything on your entire portfolio, making you appear to have less. Many parents are surprised at the level of financial information that they're required to submit with the FAFSA, and they feel intruded upon, thinking, really? I have to tell them all of this stuff? May even think leaving some of the things off would be okay? Although some parents have heard, and it is true, that if that could actually jeopardize the admittance to a college for your child if you withhold financial information. And it is backed up with tax returns. They report absolutely everything, which sometimes means they look too wealthy for assistance. You really want to make sure you get this one right, okay? Secret number 3. I have a secret weapon that guarantees the FAFSA has been submitted with no errors. My secret weapon is one of the most amazing things in the world, in my opinion. I'm going to scare you about the fact that 75% of FAFSAs have errors on them, according to the Education Board. So the FAFSA is a computer program. It's all done online today, super quick, and they say easy, right? But you can't fool it. It's facts, calculated in a very specific way, which they don't tell anyone, of course. And it spits out the SAR report, a student aid report, with your EFC, with whatever mistakes you happen to enter into it. They don't tell you that it has mistakes or advise you to fix it. They just send it out automatically to all the colleges you applied to. That's a little scary, right? What my families get is a plan in place early enough to be prepared for the start of the base year, which is actually January of the sophomore year. With that, I can ensure the best plan for the base year, which ties to the EFC number directly, and of course, helping me make sure that it's lower. That's the plan, right? That's what we're after. My families are also really happy to hear that when I'm finished implementing my plan for them, that they don't actually have to disclose nearly as much as other families. So basically, we're creating portfolio privacy for them. We move parts of their portfolios temporarily into vehicles that are allowed to not be reported. This essentially makes my families appear to have less money and thus lower the EFC again. Wouldn't that make you feel a little bit better not to have to tell them every single detail about your finances? And then I have access to a secret weapon. I actually brought a gun to a knife fight. I have a computer program too, one that will not only tell me how you should fill out each and every entry on the FAFSA, it will tell me areas in which we could make changes before submitting it in order to lower the cost of the EFC and exactly how much it will lower it by. That's brilliant, isn't it? Guaranteed. That's actually pretty amazing. Don't you agree? Now, you don't have to just take my word for it. In fact, here are two SAR reports with the EFC. These are for actually the same person. One was before the secret weapon, the other was using the secret weapon. As you can see the difference, this was actually a family that I was coming into for their second child. They didn't know me for their first child, and that child was already in college, and so they asked me to take a look at their first child. So typically, you're not going to see this on yours because honestly, I get it right the first time. So here, meet Crystal. Before her EFC, it was $7,312 a year, and after, it was $2,902. That's a difference of $4,410 per year. Wouldn't it be nice to save that much money? Here's another one. This time, we changed their EFC from $5,863 a year to zero, right? Can you imagine saving that kind of money? That's over $20,000 for a 4-year education. What would your child think of you for saving them that kind of money? Let me ask you a question. You've learned over the last 15 minutes or so, in order to get the lowest EFC without actually being poor, there is a timing issue, right? Knowing when to do things in order to get the best results. You understand how your portfolio is positioned plays a really big part in this. And now you know that there's not even a person, but a computer, deciding the final outcome. You've learned some really valuable stuff, right? That is actually worth its weight in gold right there alone. You can just imagine saving $1,000, $2,000, even $10,000 per year on your child's education. How could that change your financial future? Or better yet, how will it change your child's financial future? But 15 minutes isn't that long. How would you like something to help you with all of this? I know you want this information. I have something that can help you. I know it's always awkward because you're on this video right now, but I do have something to sell. And if that's okay, I'd love to share it with you. If you want me to share it with you, I will. But if you don't, then I want to thank you for watching up to this point. I hope you see the value in what you've heard already and you go out there and utilize it. But I want to talk to you a little bit about being able to work directly with me. How would it feel to not have to go out there and do all that research yourself, but actually be able to work with me for 2 to 3 hours to advise you specifically on what and when to do things, how to realign your portfolio, where to put it, how to utilize my software so that you know that your EFC is as low as possible. So what I'm offering is you're going to get access to my DASO software, which We are normally charged about $197 just to utilize that portion because it takes about an hour of gathering information and then some additional time putting it into the software. You're also going to get answer keys for not one but two answer keys. The FAFSA answer key, which everyone knows about, but some colleges actually require a second form, the CSS, and we're going to give you an answer key for that as well. That's a little nice extra, right? Now, I put $1,000 in value for each of those answer keys, but as you saw by the SAR reports that we were able to affect, they literally could be worth more than that. Like, like I said, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, who knows until we actually sit down with you. So those are actually worth a lot. And then, of course, you're going to get the portfolio reallocation report, also around $1,000. Total value, $3,488. But you're going to love this. Like I said, you stuck with me here. You're sticking to the end. So I'm going to give you a bonus right now of 3 hours of personal consultation for your personal financial review. This is huge. Financial consultants charge anywhere from $500 to $3,000 to sit down with you and go through your personal finances and produce a report and kind of advise you a little bit on the path of where to go. I promise to give you probably actually more than 3 hours because I love doing what I do. How would that be worth it? I valued it at $405 because I normally charge about $135 an hour. You will get a full financial review and guiding you not only on your child's college education, but additional things, personal financial issues. And then finally, another bonus, like I said, you are doing great that you stuck to the end of this because you are going to get an additional bonus thrown in for free, a scholarship consultation with Miss Cheryl Sington from the previous video, $197 of her time, all valued at $4,090 total package. But listen, I'm not going to charge you $4,090 today. I really could. I can because all of this stuff is worth its weight in gold. I have a serious question for you though. If all this package did was reduce your child's full tuition loan by $10,000, would it be worth it? I'm sure that it would help them out a lot, right? What if all this package did was save you $2,000 per year on tuition? Would that be worth it? Right? It would. What if all this package did was give your child access to a higher level college for the same price? Would that be worth it? I know it would make a huge difference in their life because I actually know that increasing the level of the college actually increases the potential for income, meaning it could affect their entire life. I know I personally would trade $4,000 to save $8,000 all the time, right? That's kind of a no-brainer. But I would definitely trade $4,000 to ensure that my child had better success throughout their entire lives. That's huge, right? This is a one-time investment. You do it once and you never have to pay again. What would that be worth to you? To be able to reduce your child's debt coming out of college or get them into a higher education? What if they actually qualified for Yale? And because of this strategy that I'm going to help you with, you were able to send them there. What would that be worth? You know that Yale costs over $70,000 per year, but we've actually had clients send their kids there for less than $25,000. So you can see why people are paying us to help them with this stuff, to help them reduce the tuition by that much. Are you getting this? Right? So don't worry, I'm not going to price it at $4,000. In fact, you're going to get access to the DASO software, $197 value, both answer keys, $2,000 right there, portfolio reallocation report, another $1,000, 2 bonuses, 3 hours with me, an hour with Cheryl Sington. I'm not even going to price it at $2,000. Would it make sense if I priced it at $1,000? a one-time to save you and your child and give them more success in life. You can actually see why it's a good deal at $1,000. In fact, I've actually offered this to the general public for as little as $500, but because you are here at the end of the video as promised, so you are super special making it all the way to the end, and I congratulate you for doing that because I'm going to do something amazing for you. Just like I said, understand how to get the lowest EFC, but I'm going to give you something even better. I'm going to do all of this stuff for you for $197 right now. So get started, click the button below, or sign up at this website, collegeplanningstrategy.com/DASO, D-A-S-O, and get started right now. The average tuition loan today is $37,500, and most take on a loan term, the amount of time, 10 years. So that's at least another $7,000 to $8,000 added on in interest, and that means a payment of around $375 per month. Will it be you paying that or your child? Are you co-signing the loan? What happens if they don't pay it? Are you prepared to pay it? So like I said, go ahead, get started now. Let me show you how to reduce that to as low as possible. You might be saying right now, well, I already have been prepaying a plan, like a 529 or something. And I say, great, that is awesome. I'm so glad to hear that because many people don't think of that in time. But wouldn't it be nice to actually get some of that back after they graduate? Because we actually rearranged their college and it was less expensive than you thought it would be. Would that be nice? And what if you think they're going to be up for a merit or athletic scholarship? Again, perfect. Every penny helps. Most merit scholarships don't actually cover 100% of college though. And if they do, again, imagine if your child walked away with money in hand because the actual cost of the college was lowered. You can use this strategy to get a refund check. That would feel nice. Think about how that would feel. Your child graduates and you get money back when they're done. So let's talk about just do it. Click the button. I'm only talking about disposable income here. Everyone has disposable income. I'm not going to ask you to go into debt for anything. Have you ever read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? He talks about the poor buy liabilities, cars, boats, things that you put money into and it disappears. The rich buy assets. They put money into investments that pay out in return. So all I'm asking you to do is divert some of your disposable income into an investment that will replenish itself in money and the success of your child, which is in essence leading them to make more money because money replenishes itself anyways. Money always comes back. Every 2 weeks you get another paycheck and it replenishes itself. You spend it and another paycheck. You spend it and you get another paycheck. It replenishes itself. So let me ask you something. Does time do that? Once it's passed, you actually can't get it back. So what I'm asking you to do is invest in something that's going to save you a ton of time. You can go learn most of this stuff eventually if you can actually figure out where to find it all. You can build the software, hire programmers, find out how to get the data to make the software work correctly, to create a FAFSA answer key. But that literally took my team years to do. Right here, right now, investing a small amount of money, which will replenish itself in another 2 weeks, will save you a ton of time. We live in a busy world. This is going to be a benefit to you. And besides, most people blow money on frivolous stuff all the time. Going to a movie, Starbucks, out to dinner. What do you have when you're done? So take a little of that and just blow it on my stuff instead. It will be back in 2 weeks anyway. You're going to get the whole DASO software, the FAFSA key, the CSS answer key, portfolio reallocation report, bonus hours with me, which are invaluable, and then the scholarship consultation with Cheryl Sinkton, just $197 right now. Go ahead, click the button or visit the website, and we'll give you a call shortly and get things rolling.